This is box number 1 of 3 boxes coming back from CGC. Vintage submission. Let's see what I got. What's going on, comic friends? It's Ryan the Colossus Collector, and welcome back to another one of my videos. It's actually been a while since I've shot a video. I shot a bunch of videos at the start of November ahead of being away for most of the second half of November, and then just kind of had them come out staggered, and so I haven't really shot a video in a number of weeks, and by the time you maybe even watch this, we're already going to be a week or two into December, so it'll have been even longer since I've even released a video. Bunch of lives coming up for me, including my Christmas with Cousin Colossus holiday special. So if this is airing before that, be sure to check that holiday special out. And if it comes afterwards, please check out the replay. I'm sure it was an absolute awesome time, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it here in advance of the holiday special. But glad to be jumping back in with some more videos. But before we get moving on into this CGC submission, this first part of vintage submission, I just want to ask, if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. Help support what I'm doing here. Really appreciate everybody who has subscribed so far. And if you're liking this video, please hit that like button. Get in the comments. If you subscribe and you're in the comments, you'll be eligible to win my big 1K subscriber giveaway. It's a really nice prize package. I'm telling you, you will not regret being eligible for this one. And we're creeping closer and closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark. So please consider subscribing to the channel. And before I get into the books, I also just want to point out this new edition. This is my new Colossus Collector stand for showing off my books. I've been wanting to get this for quite some time, but just was procrastinating, and I finally reached out once again to the makers of this stand, and that's Stand It Up Comics. You can find them on IG at Stand It Up Comics, and also they have an Etsy shop and a website. I'll make sure all the links are in the description below. But they absolutely knocked this out of the park. Really killed it. I absolutely love it. It's a 3D printed comic stand. I'm sure if you're on IG, you've seen, or here on YouTube, you've seen a lot of content creators, a lot of people on IG with stands similar to this, sellers on Whatnot. They're probably the best comic stand producer out there that I've seen. So highly recommend Stand It Up Comics. And they did not pay me or sponsor me for this video. I'm just speaking very highly of the stand that I got in. It also came with you know, different backers. There's one right here above me here, so an even bigger version that can swap into it. It's awesome. Really like this stand, and looking forward to using it in my videos going forward. So without further ado, let's get into this vintage CGC submission. Let's hope I get some good grades. Alright, so let's get into these books. I've got my grade guesses, my estimations on grades here on the sticky notes. Have not looked at the grades. So first off, we've got this beautiful Doctor Strange 177. It's an awesome Silver Age cover, black cover, and it might be, yeah, no, it's Silver Age, 1969. So really just love this cover. Wanted to get this in a slab so I could have it on my wall. I'm thinking it's a 7.0. Let's see what I got. 6-0. 6-0. Yeah. That is unfortunate. I gotta be honest, when I was submitting this, I was on the fence on whether or not I should submit it. It's not exactly an expensive book. It's just a really cool cover, and that's kind of what motivated me to grade it. I think I definitely, in hindsight, might not have graded it if I had graded it right. I thought it was gonna get that 7. Obviously 6.5 was always kind of the risk. I think those black covers are just they're hard. They kind of almost get a worse grade because the flaws come up easier. I don't know if I agree with the grade. I'll have to check out the grader's notes. 6.0, but I mean, ultimately, I enjoy looking at the book, so that was really the motivation behind getting this one done. So I'll live with it. Alright, so next up we've got, a beautiful copy of Thor 166. This is an absolutely beautiful copy of this book. If you watch my channel, you know I'm working on a Warlock run. This is part of it. It's going to go really, really well with my Thor 165. And yeah, just a really clean copy. I think it's in the 8s. Let's see what I got. 7.5. Alright, well, I don't agree with that. I think it's definitely an 8.0. I thought I was being a little bit conservative. I thought I could get an 8.5. Maybe CGC saw something I didn't, or they're just grading a little harsh. I will say that at least my 165 is a 7.5, so now they're kind of matching luggage, so they'll look good together on my shelf. I really think this is a better book than a 7.5, but that's just sometimes how it goes with CGC. It's only a 0.5 grade down from what I was expecting, so I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Beautiful book. Think it deserved better, but I'll take it. I guess I'll take them all, but let's hope I don't have too many bad grades in here. All right, Marvel Premiere #1. I love this book. Let's get the glare off. I absolutely love this book. I think I already have a copy. It's right behind me on my shelf, but I had this one in the raw, and this was a much better copy than the one I had graded. I bought them very similar times. The one I had in the slab was really, really cheap. That's why I ended up buying it. It's a 5.0, and I actually decided that's in my giveaway, my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, because I knew I had this and I wanted to get this graded. So I think this is an upgrade. I think it's going to be a 7.0. Let's see what CGC thought. Oh my goodness. This is not going so super well. Ah, man. I think this is another black cover, harsh grade. I don't know. 6.0, man. I mean, honestly, like, this is not a 6.0 book, in my opinion. It's got a little bit of things wrong with it. It's got a little, like, scratch or color rub right on the spine. A few ticks. But overall, it's a really nice book. Like, if this is a 6, like, I feel scared because books like this shouldn't be a 6.0. Man. Well, I'm not happy about this one either. it's an upgrade from the 5.0, but with the price this book's at, I'm not happy with that. It's unfortunately, like I said, the risk you run when you grade books. Definitely not worth it, but it's an upgrade. It'll replace the 5.0 on my shelf until I upgrade this again. Yeah, 6.0. Brutal. Not looking. Okay, so we've got Avengers number 10 in what I'm hoping is a 7.5. It is a beautiful copy of a, number 10, a top 10 Avengers book. I think books that are in that 1 to 10 range in the Silver Age are pretty special books. This is the first appearance of Immortus, who has become a little bit more of a prominent villain with the whole Kang variant thing. The fact that Kang's in the MCU, we'll see if that lasts. It's not a spec book by any means. It's just a really cool Avengers book in the 1 to 10 range. It has some like chipping or fraying at the top of the book, but the rest of the book is really quite beautiful. Thinking it's a 7.5. The way things have been going, I'm not so sure it will be, but let's find out. 7.0. 7.0. Okay, well, I will say about this, obviously I'm a little bit more prepared for this to be a 7.0, just because of that top edge. It's a little rough, but it's like I said, it's a 1 to 10 book of Avengers, and in a 7.0, it's still to me pretty high grade, mid to high grade. I think if it would have been under a 7, I would have been disappointed, but a 7, I think it's kind of built into my expectations. I'm happy to have this book in a 7 or higher. So yeah, I'm excited to have it slabbed. It's gonna look great on my wall. Alright, so next up we've got Captain Marvel number 1. Now this is an interesting book. So obviously part of the big premiere issues. I really enjoy those books. I'm looking to get the full run of big premiere issues. This book is, I gotta be honest, I have no idea what I'm about to get. The 7.0 was a pure guess, kind of, I guess, best case scenario guess is what I would be over the moon to get. The issue with this book is it is pristine, with the exception of a tear that comes down the spine to about this. It's about an inch, and then it had folded or flapped, so there's these crease marks right across the top. The rest of the book is like minty. The colors are incredible. So it's kind of, I don't know what they're gonna ding it for that spine tear and the crease marks across the top. I have a feeling it's gonna be lower than a 7.0, based on the submission thus far. So honestly, this could go all the way down to a 4 because of this defect. So I'm kind of prepared for it. Let's see what happens. 5.0, yeah. See, like I said, wasn't sure how bad that defect would ding this book. It's a 5. Glad it's not below a 5. Long term, I'd rather not have it, but for now, I'll take it, and it's part of the big premiere issues. Alright. Okay, so we've got Avengers 57. Little crease there. So this is first appearance of Vision. Beautiful, iconic book. Vision's become a very well-known character from the movies, but also just a cool character. Long-time member of the Avengers. I think this book has seen some very big highs during the comic boom. It's definitely come down. Yeah, so I thought this would get a 3.5. It's a little rough. Was it worth grading? I don't know. I just, like I said, I like books on my wall. I like to grade certain big keys because they're fun to. It's fun to kind of roll the dice, see what you get. Great content, obviously, for the channel. So maybe not worth it in the long run, but I'm okay with it, and I like to display it. So a 3.5 would be a good result for this book. Let's see what I got. 4.0. All right, we've got a win. So this book in a 4.0 I'm pretty excited about. Sorry, I'm just trying to mitigate glare. Yeah, 4.0 I'm happy about that. That's great. That's a great grade. I think I bought this quoted at a 3.0. So a 4.0 is a definite strong upgrade. What I was kind of thinking was better than a 3.0. It's definitely even better than that 3.5 that I thought it would get. So we've got a win. Always good. Thank you, CGC, and I'll be happy to put that one in the display. Alright. Coming down to the last few books. Alright, so we've got Silver Surfer 3, First Mephisto. Find the non-glare point. There we go. Again, another one that's lower grade, but this is a pretty big key. I think people really like this book, and yeah, I got this from Mark at Collectibles on Whatnot. Got it for a real good deal in his live claim sales a few months ago, or his live Whatnot sales. Decided to throw this into the submission. Thinking it's a 3.5. Let's see what it is. 3.0. Alright, well, that's continuing with the theme of this submission. I can live with the 3.0. I kind of figured it's 3.5, 3.0. Went more on the harsh side as this whole submission is gone, but just glad it's not under 3.0. That would have been kind of way more disappointing. I could kind of live with those 0.5 drops, but beyond that, it stings a lot more. So overall, this submission is not the best, but really cool books. Like I keep saying, love to show them off or have them on my wall, look at them. So I'll live with it. Alright, the last one. Beautiful book. Ghost Rider #1. And it's funny, this book, I just looked it up on Cover Price, and the FMVs kind of change a lot on this book. I feel like it's moving around a lot. The prices, they're like, some prices go up 400 or 500. Some are down in the 3s, some are down in the 2s, depending on the grade. It's kind of fluctuating all over, and it's like doing that within grades too. So kind of hard to pinpoint the FMV on this. I got this for under 300. I from West Coast Avengers, from Dave over there. Yeah, I felt it was a really strong buy when I got it. It's I don't remember actually what he said it was, but I know I thought it was a deal at the time. So I'm thinking it was probably in the 5.5 range. I looking at it, that was kind of my thought, that it would be a 5.5. Let's hope it didn't drop too much, because this submission has been brutal. But yeah, killer book. Definitely the biggest key, most valuable book in this stack. So let's see what it is. Whoo! I like that. All right, that's a win. 6.5 is a huge upgrade from what I thought it was gonna get. I'm thrilled, and it's black. It's got black on the cover, which means it didn't get that black cover extra scrutiny. So yeah, that's awesome. I'm super happy with that. 6.5 Ghost Rider #1. Really excited that came back in a high grade. I mean, if I'm gonna get a win, I did get a win on the Vision, first Vision, but this is definitely the big win, and it's on the best book. So I'll call this I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it a successful submission. This book was successful. It was kind of hit or miss, mostly miss, but at least it hit on the best book. All right, so that's the results of the submissions. So before I wrap this up, I do want to just talk about grading books and kind of maybe my evolving philosophy on it. I think in the new year, I'm definitely going to probably decrease the amount of books I submit. I'm going to get a little bit more picky. I will say I just really enjoy doing it. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's great content. And I think, I have some great books from submitting to CGC. But I also, as you saw in this submission, I have some ones that I regret, or that haven't turned out as good as I would have liked. And I mean, that's the game. That's what happens with CGC. I think I just need to be a little bit more picky, and just more patient too. Part of it is because I want to make content and I like the content, and these videos are always my best performing videos on my channel. So I have a kind of a motivation to do it from that standpoint as well. But after a number of submissions through this year, I'm feeling like, okay, I've kind of scratched that itch for a bit. Now I think I'm gonna take some time to really just collect books in the raw. I mean, I'll buy slab books from time to time too, but when I buy raw books, I'm gonna really just kind of think about what condition they're in. Do I want to grade it? That sort of thing, and just be a little bit more. Just think a little bit more about what I grade, and I think I'm gonna also utilize 9/8 pre-screens for modern submissions in the future, and try and just get 9/8 when I'm getting into those books. I actually have a collection of books that I basically set aside for a future 9/8 submission, but I'm just kind of accumulating that that group of books. I definitely have enough to do a full submission, but I just want to be, like I said, a little bit more picky about it, and just really make sure that the ones that I do submit are true candidates for it. Obviously, you're never going to get them all in the 9.8, but I want to just be really smart about those pre-screen submissions in the future. So that's just kind of the way I'm thinking about these books. Lessons learned, not that I didn't know all this is a possibility, and don't think about that in advance. I do. I know it can happen, it will happen. But, you know, when you finally go through the books and see the grades, you sort of start to think about it even more. And it's like, was this really worth it? Should I have done it? I think this submission probably wasn't worth it, but hey, you got to see me go through the process, and at the end of the day, still all killer books, all books I'll put on my wall. Although my wall is full and I'm going to have to do some rotations, but happy to have them in the rotation. And it's not a great time to sell. I'd honestly sell some of them, but you're basically giving away books a lot or these days. People don't want to buy at fair market value. They want to buy at well under fair market value, myself included. So it's kind of hard to want to sell. Maybe there's a trade in the future. If you want to trade with me, hit me up. I'm on IG at Colossus Collector. I'm interested in certain trades. So if you're interested in any of my books, you can go right ahead and hit me up. Maybe we can make a deal. Same with buying. If you're interested in any of the books I just showed on my channel or showed in this submission, and you want to throw me an offer, I'll never say no. Or sorry, I'll never disregard an offer. I'll definitely say no to offers. Yeah, so anyways, that's all for this first submission unveiling, and I got another one coming up next, my modern submission, and I'll probably throw in the reholder submission as well if that makes it in time. So until then, why don't you check out my last CGC submission, which I think went much better than this one. And why don't you check out my holiday special or my recent X-Men collector chat. One of them will be here. Check them out. Until next time, keep collecting.